step inside you, block out all memory. 7 years in want, watching it all slide. You with your slanderous tongues, you make such beautiful wounds, always concealing your secret doubts, as lovers do. From God to crown, from king to guardian, from master to initiate, we'll hand it down. From Lord to Caesar, from soul to mind, from master to initiate, we'll pay you back in kind. So let us be ordered, let us tear things apart. Let us not mind our language. Let us ruin yet another start. Hope belongs to its thieves, and to its thieves alone, mind you. This is the longed for peace. Come too late, come too soon. I still determined here. Oh, I still crave a pardon. Call your colors forth. Let us raise this siege. I know you wished me bolder, watching the shadows implode. A farewell to bitter blood and to the lovers of old. From God to crown, from king to guardian, from master to initiate, we'll hand it down. From Lord to Caesar, from soul to mind, from master to initiate, we'll pay you back in kind. So let us be ordered, let us tear things apart. Let us not mind our language. Let us ruin yet another start. Hope belongs to its thieves, and to its thieves alone, mind you. This is the long for peace. Come too late, come too soon. Oh, let us be vulgar. Let us tear things apart. Let us not mind our language. Let us ruin yet another start. Hope belongs to its thieves, and to its thieves alone, mind you. This is a long for peace. Come too late, come too soon.
Okay, as you just saw there, as we were starting up the Unity, as we were just starting up the live cast, you just saw Unity, well, lock up, and, oh, that's fine. Let's see here. I got a little bit of Foley work I gotta do here. Lord. I love garlic. Goodness gracious, I love garlic. Alright. Basically, just making a swimming sound, a quick swimming loop for. He said the one that I gave him yesterday was just too long. So, we make one. It's less. Okay, so I am keeping the thing that shows how many viewers we have completely just closed. I'm not looking at it at all. So. Okay, first off, we can cut off a little bit of stuff on the start there. Let's see. Yeah, if the cats dive into the ocean, they will, teleport back onto land, and that ends that. But I did want it so that the cat, so that some cat, I mean, the cats can swim in smaller bodies of water. Let's see here. All right. I think I could still cut off a little bit of that at the beginning. So yeah, crazy day. I started this day by thinking, oh my goodness, it was just a weird thing. Some of the unbaked objects have been taken out of a number of uh, sectors inside of the game, and I was like, oh my god, these colliders, which I've had to do as many as like 3 or 4 times, I got to do them again. And thankfully, in the end, I found, okay, we just got to bring we still have the unbaked objects all as prefab, so we could just bring them back in. And whew. But man, let me tell you, it's just, considering my luck, I wouldn't have been surprised if that was, I mean, indeed. I think we can cut out some of this stuff. Make the splishes and splashes a little bit shorter. Yeah. And back in the day, I mean, now that, considering that video games are getting BAFTA awards and people have accepted that video games are an art form, can be an art form, or not by default an art form, but can be an art form. Back in the day, they used to call opera the complete art because it had every discipline. It had music, it had dance, it had acting, it had stage design, painting, it had costume design, it had storytelling, it had everything. It was the complete art. And I think that the only thing that really comes close to matching opera, as far as being the complete art, it would be video games now in the modern context. And it's kind of, yeah, you got to be. I mean, when you're doing a video game, you got to be able to just like work in a interdisciplinary, as somebody might say. You have to be able to switch between audio mixing and 1 second, and then graphics the next, and then spreadsheets the next, and then having discussions about AI the next, and it just constantly changes. And you got to be on top of all of it. And well, some people can do it, but thankfully, I take a list. I make a list, and I should put some music on in the background. I intentionally put this on YouTube again because I really don't like Jeff Bezos. I mean, that's the one thing I freaking don't like about streaming over on Twitch, is that I cannot play any decent, music in the background basically, and it sucks. So, all right, well, let's see here. Let's see. Again, we could cut a wee bit of that out. I think, again, we can trim this guy down a bit. Or gal. It's neutral. It's gender neutral. Let's see. Let's see. Let me see. Yeah. Grab this, bring that in just a bit, very close. Right about here. I don't like that, because what we should do is actually get rid of this guy here and keep this one, because we want a lot of understated sounds rather than this one. So I'm just going to get rid of that loud one right there. And that sound is particularly troublesome for me because I'm 80% deaf in one ear, and probably the other one is going pretty dang quick too. So I unfortunately got a congenital situation called Meniere's disease or something like that. I forget. I think that's what it's called. And essentially, the nerve between my brain and my hearing and my eardrum is slowly dying. It's pretty much mostly dead. I have tremendous tinnitus. Okay, move that one in. Grab this one. Yeah, and I can tell you. Now, I'm not going to talk about politics at all today. I am not going to mention. Okay, that's good enough. That's good enough for now. Good enough for government work, as they used to say. All right, so now that is loaded. Ignore, please. We're gonna number one turn our work offline on, and right now I was placing lobster boats along the shore, and well, no, in the water, and also we have something I'm calling the state pier. Because if you go out to a lot of main islands, pretty much all of them now have them. I think Cliff Island was the last one here not to get them, but these guys right here, these, in fact, they're made out of concrete and such, but they are the secondary docks that are specific for state stuff. You can go down there and fish and swim and dive off of them, but it's like something reserved by the state. And yeah. This guy over here, for some reason, it is not. It was not moving, but I think that's because the ocean was too far down and it was not touching it. Let's go back into our main exterior. Oh, no. Typing that out is still faster than navigating to that folder. And did I save it to change anything? No, I don't think I did. And for this case, I'm making it wood. And actually, those are kept in place by poles, secured. But considering the depth of the water, maybe I should make the water up a little bit higher. We'll see. But anyway, first off, let's see here. We have an issue where I know that the, let's see, do we have? Yeah, sorry. Let's see here. Inspector. It is at 23. Great. Yeah, I was going to test this the last time I started and I wasn't able to. So, let's get our test position. That's actually in the right place, yes. Oh, yeah, and we also want to change the time of day because I really can't see anything in the middle of the night. So we have we have the pier down here, and we have these two boats up here. First off, let's check the boats up top here, because that's the gas station. Yeah, there we are. Yeah, that's the, okay, great. I love having all these, all these little colored dots or markers for various NPC movement, but man, we've got so many of them. I can pretty much detect where I am in the world by just looking at where all these things are. It's just a constellation, and that isn't even all of them. Some don't have gizmos. Anyway, let's see here. We're going to save, and we're going to make sure our project settings is at very low. For some reason, it's always kicking me into very high whenever we go into the main game, and it's sort of annoying, considering it's set by default to be very low. But hey, default very low, default very low. I'm just gonna run this guy. Oh, hold on. Yeah, the cat is above the ground. I don't want to have it. Beak. We're bringing, I think for the beta, we're going to be able to complete bringing in Raid. We might not have it in for the next the closed beta, but we're definitely going to have it in the game eventually. Because the main problem that we're having is, well, no, it is so much of a problem. It's a time issue. I don't think we have time to properly, create the collision detection required. When, for example, if a cat is not underneath your control, whether individually or in a group, the cats will they will run for shelter, and those cats right now, because we don't have the programming done, will go through solid stuff. But considering for the beta, the public beta, we're only gonna have 3 cats. The chances of somebody seeing one of the other cats actually retreating through something is like so low. I mean, definitely some people see it, but we could say, hey, bug, and it will be a bug. We're working on it, which is true. But we can at least have that in there. The biggest problem right now, from my point of view, is getting the fur looking wet, because the guys behind the fur system we're using, they make a very good product, but their customer service leaves a hell of a lot to be desired. Let's just say. Goodness gracious. So I'm going to put on some, like I said, some music in the background. By the way, that piece of music at the beginning that I was playing was Transference by Rome. Oh, I've got a mixes channel. Oh, it's stuck that up there. Let's see. Jeez. When I look at all the stuff that it throws at me. Gestort Albegil? Never even heard it, but why not? Hit me with it, baby. Yeah, some 90s, like late 90s trance stuff in the background. Yeah, hey, why not? Okay. See, it kicked it to ultra, but here we are, true believers. We're going to tell it to just kick it into very low, hopefully. Yeah. It's going to allow us to kick it, it looks like. To kick it! Let's see. Boy, we're stuck. It's thinking. Hopefully it's not going to crash. Ah, here we are. It's got the stinking thinking going, and we actually spawned a cat a little bit too far up, but now we're at very low, so we can test it. And, loading times with an editor, still a pain in the arse. In the arse. In the arse, there, me lad. Ah, here we go. Yeah, old Apoptygma Berserk. I mean, when I think about it now, it's like, geez, I remember buying like stuff like this back when I lived down, there's a great record store in this town. I lived in New Jersey. They were the best record. Oh, these are new things. They aren't going to be in the beta, even though I can see that rock there. Definitely has a collider issue. We're going to have to take a look at that. But eventually there will be, when you get the audio earpiece thing, you're going to be able to go on 2 different walking tours of the island. We're just going out here to check on these boats and make sure that they're bobbing merrily. Yeah. See, you can see the mast bobbing and weaving over there. That's showing us that it's good. Yeah, it isn't a precise physics, thing, but it's good enough for our purpose. I mean, right now it's just a visual effect, and I have to say, we have had to remove. Oh, actually, we got to bump those boats up just a bit. You see, we got a little bit of flooding in there. We're gonna have to make them up a little bit higher. That's crazy. Okay, move the boats up, and I think. Yeah, now we want to check on the state pier and make sure that that's moving. This is another show where I'm going to be just dashing back and forth between, my workbench scene and the main exterior. It just is. I never promised anybody a rose garden here, guys. Let's see. Oh, 2 views. No one stayed for very long. That's great. I mean, I do a bad job at advertising these. I just like, man, these are going to be boring. I just straight up boring. I could advertise it on Twitter. Hey, maybe I'll do that. The next time we have to, the next time we're loading up the game and it has to like wait 3 minutes, I'll just go and say, hey, I'm streaming over on, Bloopity Bloop, the new Dan Harmon related streaming network. So, let's see here. Okay, yeah. We want to just take a look at this, and we just really want to make sure, that the state pier is bobbing in the ocean. If it's not, I think we may have conflicting stuff going on. We'll just take a look. And while that's doing that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this URL for this. So, and I like when I go to YouTube, it automatically shows me, shows me that I'm streaming and puts my own stream at the top. Like I want to watch myself stream. OBS allows me to do that, and it takes up a shit ton of my memory while it does it. Let's see, live. How come? Okay, there we go. Share. There we go. Copy. There we go. Man, I'm never gonna call Twitter X. The day that he stops when I can't type in twitter.com anymore, I'm leaving. Elon Musk just sucks so hard. He's just awful. Use one hashtag game dev over on hashtag YouTube. Whee! And put the URL there. So, and go indie game dev, etc., etc. I should have these just like in a macro that I can flash right in. I always put hashtag main in my post about Peace Island because really it's about as main a product as you can get. Indie dev, indie game dev, main, cat game, yeah. Hashtag cat game. All right. Yeah, Apoptygma Berserk. They did a few good tracks, I have to say. Back in the day, they were, they were sort of like in the same genre as VNV Nation, but just slightly more mushy and romantic in their stuff, Let's see here. No, it is not. See? How dare you? You're not bobbing. Bob, damn you. Okay. All right. I'm going to talk to Lance about this. We got to get those. Boy. Okay, so we got to take a look at that state pier prefab. I think it just may have conflicting colliders or something in it, and I just need to go through and clean it up. Okay, so now we have to go to our veg studio. And hold on. State T prefab. Do I already have the state? Yes, I do. I could just go straight in there and take a look at it right now. Fabulous. Excellent. And let's see here. The stuff was never added to it. The proper code was never added to it. That's odd. Let me take a look here. We unfortunately, let me see. State pier. Let's just drag it in there and see if the overrides are still in there. Nope. We're unfortunately going to have to go to our veg drawing. But hey, you know what? This is for. So veg 35. By the way, it's 35 because I sequentially number my work things. Save, yeah. Let's see here. Indie game, cat game. And usually whenever I post like, hey, I'm streaming over on YouTube, I get about a good bunch of likes, but nobody actually shows up. And considering again what's in store for them. Can't blame them. But anyway, let's go back to our audio work while we're waiting for that as well, because really, we were going to make this file, export MP3. Actually, hold it. I am such sorry. I am so anally retentive, and we have to have proper fade outs on all these. Effect, fade out. Yeah, this didn't have a proper fade out. Because if you don't, you run the risk of having a little pop at the very beginning or end. Because if you aren't aware, I mean, I'm not that schooled in audio production, but I know that if something starts when the wave is not perfectly centered, you get a pop. And so really it's just, you got to do this to be. If anybody is here as like an audio engineer, let me know. So anyway, we're going to file, export, MP3, and we're going to call this swim2. Actually, we need to say this cat swim i2. Export is MP3, and swim cat i2. That's it. Okay. And because the way things are transferred, I really unfortunately need to go and zip it. Even though it's like, what? 44K? Eh. So, yeah, there we go. Now I'm going to go over to our company chat. Let me see. Mess. That's the best. By the way, Death in Room's cover of Joy Division's Love Will Tear Us Apart is the best cover I've ever heard of that song. I mean, really, I think Fall Out Boy needs to be tried, in The Hague for their cover of this song. I mean, they what they did to it. I mean, it's why I just can't. I never will like Fall Out Boy for the rest of my life because they did a cover. It just, oh God, imagine I mean, God, where they tried to make it sound like it's a whiny incel singing it, because that's the way it came across, and it's just so gross. Considering I mean, come on, Joy Division, have some respect, man. Okay, this is not behaving itself, so let's see. I'm gonna go here's, oh, upload failed. All right, I'm just gonna have to put it on my drive. .google.com. It's stupid. Like a 43K kilobyte. Yeah, whatever. Google Drive, what are you doing? Oh, it's doing this too. Both windows have frozen up. This is weird. It's like fate doesn't want me to do anything with this. So, You know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go into our messenger because I could add a file manually. There we go. Oh! Is that file corrupted? Oh, boy. Okay, Lance, trying to get the new SFX to you. Let's just see here. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go back here and I'm going to export it again. Export as MP3. Actually, I'm going to export this as a wave because it's only a second long. I mean, come on. The improved sound quality is worth it. So we're going to go cat swim i2. Okay. And I'm going to add that to my Google Drive. Jeez, it's so annoying. There we go. It's sending up. Excellent. Gonna send this off to the guy. Okay. Restricted. Anyone with a link Okay, copy link. Messenger. Okay. All right, great. That's done. Let's see. At Lance Stucker. Up. Great. And you know, I trust Lance so much. I mean, again, he is a firecracker when it comes to getting stuff done. I'm going to go ahead and place cat swim sounds into the done column. And again, no AAA credentials. He's one of the few solo devs that I say could definitely make a game on his own. He's very fortunate to have met this guy. Let's see. Okay, right now we're looking at the I also remember there's a problem with the boat down by the public dock has not been properly baked into the unbaked object. So, and we need to raise the thing underneath the boat that makes them not so sloshy, if you know what I mean. Or it's got to do its thing. I mean, here's how hypocritical I am. If I were working on a Mac, I'd be like, well, this is Mac just thinking differently, quote unquote. But come on. If I'm willing to put up with this on a PC, I should be able to put up with it on a Mac. Anyway. Oh, we got one view, and then they left immediately. That's great. You know, I think that Throbbing Gristle, their Coom Transmissions slogan was, your disappointment guaranteed. That may be, let's see here. Coom Transmissions, that was what, you know, Genesis P-Origin and such. Basically what Throbbing Gristle was before. You know, it was sort of like an art collective, public art collective. The stuff they used to do back in the old days was just so very hippie and very twee. I mean, you wouldn't think that they went on to do some, oh my goodness, the stuff they did. My, oh my. Wreckers of Civilization, they were called. So, I'm going to raise all the boats, this boat by 4. And it looks like I never baked this because... Yeah, applied the overrides. I never applied the overrides. And hence, this boat was never showing up in the other place. Let's see. And yeah, boy, I was very much into the gothy stuff when I was in college, by the way. That and classical music always brings back the memories. Now, we were going to look at the state pier. Here, we seem to be having a problem. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Okay, first we need to identify the state pier. And you see, we do have the box collider and everything. Okay, we're going to have to go in and maybe apply the overrides, you know, down through the hierarchy. Hey, Ronan, what's up? You want a little bit of screen time? Oh, the whole world would love to see you. Come on, Ronan. Ronan! Come on. Get some TV time. Get some screen time. We have a viewer. They would love to see a kitty cat. Come here. Come here. Oh. This is our big old boy, and he knows he's on camera. He's like self-conscious. Oh. Let's see here. Okay. Okay. Seems that was put in the wrong place because it's not opening. Okay. No. Okay. Baked objects open. There we are. Okay. Oh. It's not inside. Oh, it is inside the baked objects, but we have to go into the unbaked objects. Okay. Hierarchies, man. It's the patriarchy. No. Oh, let's see. Oh, I see what I got to do. First, I got to apply the overrides down here, and then we can do it. Anyway, goodness. Any questions or comments or criticism about the game? I mean, please feel free to go ahead. Um, other than, I think. Well, no, I've explained a lot about how, unfortunately, unfortunately, sometime along the way things went wrong. Hold on, we seem to be having an issue here. This is not right. All right. What we need to do is uncomplicate this. What we're going to do is we're going to copy, get rid of these two game objects, open the prefab, of course, yes. Yep, they're all my objects. Prefab mode and context, excellent. And now that we have it that way, what's kind of curious to me, let's see, open the baked on Joshua skin and see, grab that, yeah. What the hell is this? It's playing some Red Army Choir stuff. I'm just not into that, sorry. And it's not because it's Russian. Come on. It's Lawrence Welk music. Come on. Yeah, I'm just going to go up to there. Oh, Vanilla Ice? You got to be kidding me. You're putting Vanilla Ice on my playlist, YouTube? What? I don't deserve that. I mean, yeah, I watch some nasty stuff, but I don't watch Vanilla Ice. God. Anyway, let's take a look here. Overrides. There we go. Bingo. Now we can apply the overrides. And now the state pier will behave properly. I have a good feeling about this. It's the opposite of the mighty boosh. I can't do it. I've got a bad feeling about this. It was one of the, guaranteed laugh lines. You know what? I think the ocean is just about as high as it can be, except that is a rather expansive beach. No, actually, that's precisely where it needs to be. Great. Okay, so let's see. Do we apply the overrides here? Yep, we do. Okay, so now we get to go back to our main scene and we get to load it again. Peace Island Next. So let's put on something where we don't hear weird Vanilla Ice. I mean, I am offended how it could be said showing me that. My goodness. No offense to all the Vanilla Ice fans that are watching. All right. Take the test spawn location. Yep. Move it a little bit further down, perhaps. Just want a gentle little, thing going on with it. And that's pretty cool. Because, I mean, really, it's got a pretty low memory solution for having things bob. Considering this isn't an ocean, racing game or anything like that, I'm fine with things not being 100%. Let's come on. Don't tell me you're going to crash again, you. Don't crash. Don't you crash. The thing is, if it does lock up, well, we have it saved. We just open it again. this is one of those situations where I'm like, maybe we should open up that, we should open a Rim World again, and that way we have at least something going on while we're doing. No, I think that's good enough for swimming sound for now. All right. And yeah, you can see we're going to be putting in new meow sound soon. I think that's going to be the. I kind of like taking a break from working within the Unity and doing a little bit of sound, engineering and such. But really, there's just so much. It's got to be taken care of. Yeah, and I think last night we got the mayor's house finished, which is pretty cool. Oh, hi, we still have a viewer. That's pretty cool. Let's see. One thing I haven't talked about in a while, and I sort of touched on this, is today I sent out another like $50 worth of postage in premiums, print premiums. These guys here, and some people suggest to me, hey Eric, if you gave out digital stuff, you'd save a lot of money. But here's the, I think that's lame. Some people have asked for digital copies, and I'm perfectly willing to give that to them. But again, I don't think I'm ever going to be able to make a game. This is hopefully I'll be able to make a sequel to Peace Island. But I've been fortunate enough to be given the opportunity to make this one game. And if I'm going to make the one game that I want to do it, I'm going to do it the way that I like games to be done. And I come from, I was buying games back in the 80s. And let me show you what you got when you bought a boxed game back then, let me show you what you got. Ultima, what was it? Ultima 4? Yeah, I think it was Ultima 4 box stuff. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Check this out. When you bought Ultima, it was. Let me just see if I can get this in a bigger shot because it has a zoom. You could see there, it came with like 4 books, a map, and a whole bunch of neat stuff, and it was just so cool and immersive to have that sort of stuff. Again, this is my one chance to make a game. If I do it, I'm going to be doing it the way I want to do it. It's going to be bringing back the stuff that I liked from those days. And I had Ultima 4, by the way, but unfortunately my computer didn't have the memory to play it. And boy, that was a real kick in the crotch because I bought this and I sold it to a friend of mine at school. But man, I spent the first day just like, half crying because I couldn't run it, but also just like sitting there and reading all the books and stuff that came with it and going, if only, boy, $126. I think it was like 30. Let's see. Yeah, ignore. Yeah, you gotta think. And by the way, one of the reasons that I mentioned this very early in the stream, we've had to remove tides from the game for various reasons. Oh, it's still not moving. Still not. Oh no. I could see it. I think it's just the linear drag is a little. The angular drag is a little bit too much. You could see it. I need to move that back. You see, it shifted. It's just that the angular drag is too heavy on it. Oh God, this is. Hopefully, I'll be able to do this because it could be very easy to fix. Yeah, boy. Since I posted on Twitter, like 3 people have tuned in and then immediately tuned out. Yeah, well. Yeah, hey. I appreciate those who do tune in. It's just, I do these things because, heck, again, it keeps me honest. T prefab. Okay, we're going to bring a copy of the state pier in. And we're going to change the angular drag down to 15. 15, yeah. And then we can go and apply that. It's an no. Oh goodness. Sorry, it's going to be a problematic here. It's got to think again. And so that's why I insist on giving out like actual stuff that people can hold in their hands. 'Cause to me, it's lame. I mean, digital. I mean, that whole thing about NFTs and stuff. I mean, I can't believe that they're cancel. I can't believe there are people still dealing with NFTs in this day and age. I mean, after we've all come to the realization how useless and pointless they are. But then, as P.T. Barnum once said, I mean, come on, a sucker is born every minute. And I'm wondering, because this thing is so big, whether a 15 angular drag is going to be enough, but we could try it out. And yeah, I grew up when, when games were a little bit more. I mean, I think I don't know when games didn't used to give out stuff like this anymore. It just sort of lost it to me. So oh wow, Japanese version. Wow, that map. They even showed the back of the map there. It's like clean as a whistle. I didn't like the map for Ultima 3 or Ultima 4. The Ultima 2 map was like the ultimate, I think. Because didn't it come with? I don't think Ultima 4 came with that, or 2 came with a map, because it took place in so many different time areas, and that's something I would really like to. Oh, hey Wayne, I just want to tell you, our coder found the issue that you reported, and he was able to fix a heck of a lot of stuff, including that problem that when the cat is on an angle and it jumps, it tends to jump very high. The controller is now. The only problem with our controller right now is we really like to get more animations done for it, before we can really improve it more. But that's for hopefully when we hear from a publisher. Right now I'm just adding a few things. And next time I play, I want to look in the opposite direction, make sure that the boat. I want to put a couple of lobster boats in the ocean, Wayne, and have them like bobbing. We're getting rid of tides entirely because it just makes everything problematic. Everything problematic. And it also means, really, let's see. We have to go to our master list of stuff that we're doing. Let's go back to that, yeah. I'm going to put add cave. Did I add cave? Did I already add that to like my wish list down here? I think I did. Yeah, add cave to coast. It's just because what I was thinking is there would be like an underground cave with a safe spot above the water line that the cats could like get into when the tide was low, and there would be stuff inside of there. But considering the waves and everything, it's just too problematic. And also the way the controller works when you try to aim jump, it's so really, maybe at a later time. So, is this? Oh yeah, yes. We should put this on screen so we know we haven't lost game. We're turning P-Post from the Peace Island power output system into a security system. I don't know what the acronym is for yet, but I'm pretty sure it'll take us 10 seconds when I think about it to come. Peace Island Police Operative Security. I don't know, something like that. Because what it should be is when you're in the house, you have that letter up there, you find it, and that unlocks the window, and then you can escape the house. That's the flow of play that we want in there. And considering we're locking this thing down on Tuesday, I should get Lance working on this tomorrow. All right. As you can see, it's still keeping its sweet time. No, Wayne. Yeah, and Wayne, we discovered. I mean, the last time there was an entire Sunset cabin, the blue one didn't have any colliders. In one entire sector, the unbaked objects had been removed. And by the way, tell me if my audio levels are fine. It should be fine. Yeah. Let's see. What was talking about? I don't know. As you can see, here's our list right now. Our list is at 102 things added, and still 39. We're still at 39. Let me see. I know I can get these two. Let me put the stuff I know we can get done between now and Tuesday. Garbage cans. Yeah, I think I could do that. I know Laura said she's gonna have the crow. The balance of the play is not 100%. Okay, I know we can get this. We have a problem with carts, and oh no. Let's see, we're gonna put this down here because these are things that we may not get done, and that puts left. Okay, so and this definitely I have to get that done by Tuesday. So let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'll be down to, we'll be close to 110, probably past 110 by then. And we'll have 31 things. And 110, heck, that'll mean we're 75% done. I wasn't able to reach 80%, but I'm happy with 75%. As I said last night. Okay, I could turn mine up a little bit. I realize that I screwed up the audio on my SpongeBob parody, whatever it is. And no, I don't want to turn up the audio on this end because it means everybody who maybe watch this later has to adjust as well, and I don't want to make them through that. So anyway, let's just check this out. Boy. And but let me tell you, our coder came to us the other day and he was like, "Oh, what's this Enviro render? I noticed that screen, our frame rate just skyrockets if we turn that off." Yes, that's our skybox. Yes, if we turn off all weather, all shadows, and everything, yeah, definitely performance through the roof, baby. Okay, it's still, see, it's moving, but not as much. I think it's because it's so freaking huge. The angular drag is just too much. So we're going to have to go through this whole process yet again, or we can go on to move on to something else that we could possibly get done during the process of this, live cast here. Add old boys to lawns and fences, add Romeos. That's audio work, cards, nah, not interested. Let's see, rewrite Peepos letter, not interested. Sheesh. I still don't know what this is. Oh, actually, this. That is a minor little thing that we could take care of real quick. So, I'm going to bring the state pier in once again. Yeah, and every time I have to wait like this, it's crazy. I get a lot of correspondence done during these moments where it's like, "Sorry, Eric, I'm thinking. Give me 5 minutes while I do nothing." All right, here we go. All right. Yeah, we're going to take the angular drag on that down to 10. No, I'm not going to go crazy. I'm going to go 12.5. Split the difference. And now we can go into overrides, apply. Yeah, because it has to go all the way through the hierarchy into that chunk of an output to make that change. Boy, oh boy. Let's see. What else could I talk about? Let's see. But with the controller, actually checking the rest of the game is going to be much easier and much more efficient for me. Absolutely. And it'll make the game look less crappy. Again, no, I'm just surprised. I'm considering the amount of stuff that we fixed. I'm ashamed that we released what we did. But the thing is we had to release it. So now, again, we have to let it play and wait for it to finish it. So, let's see. Oh, my. But, let me see. Any other news? So, Wayne. Seen any good movies lately? I heard that the writer's strike is back on. I'm not sure about that. The last couple of days, like the last week, has just been, you know, what's going on in the world. And it's crazy. I mean, on top of it, no, we have not. And that would be an interesting test. We could try and set that up in the white box. Maybe. Let's say we give that a try when, well, after I take care of the grass, we'll go and do that. And that'll be the big finale for tonight. We'll see. It'll be interesting. And I confess we have not gone completely through your bug report, Wayne. I keep on saying we're going to go through all the bug reports when we get our internal list down to 25 items. The closest we have come is 29. And that was, I think, 2 days ago. And boy, every day just more stuff explodes in my face. I'm like, oh, hold on. So, I'm going to turn down the audio a little bit on my end. Sorry, thank you. Andromeda, is that... Jeez, Andromeda. I think I remember that one. Is that the TV show? Oh, Kevin Sorbo. I knew it. It was a Kevin Sorbo one. Kevin Sorbo. Wow, what a guy. He's got some interesting. Well, no, you know, he's bless America. He's got his ideas. I mean, he's got some ideas there. That's Sorbo. I think I watched a couple of those, but I haven't even. I maybe like 20 years ago, maybe back when I was living in New Jersey, and you know, it was winter, and you know, I didn't have I had even less to do. But I haven't watched any of that in a while. Right. Lately, we've been rewatching Veep, the show about, you know, the first female vice president. It's a comedy show, and that, my goodness. So, I mean, I had the misfortune of going to Washington D.C. a few times back when I worked, you know, in politics, and I can tell you, if you want to know what working in Washington D.C. is, watch Veep. I mean, I never worked in D.C., but I had enough meetings and met enough people there to know that's what Washington, D.C. is. They did an excellent job of just portraying them. Really? Really? Hold on. Hold on here. Andromeda TV show. Let's see here. I'm on Wikipedia. Maybe you're probably right. October 2000 until 2005. So actually, very close to 20. In fact, 20 years ago is halfway through the series. Ha! I'm right. I'm right. For the first time ever. So, no, I'm not going to be that guy. Man, I have to go through this every damn time. Ooh. Have you probably seen Babylon 5, right? Wayne? I mean, Babylon 5, I think... I've started rewatching a few episodes, and it's got its hokey moments and bad moments. I mean, I have to say the first season of Babylon 5, to me, is like the first season of Star Trek: The Next Generation. It's like, yeah, that existed, but, you know... and there's some important stuff in there, but really, I don't think the show really started until John Sheridan arrived. I'm glad that John Sheridan arrived, because, bless his heart, the guy who played Jeffrey Sinclair, he was just such... Oh, God, he was a Mitt Romney. He was just so dull. Just so... Oh, the boat's still not over there. Hold on. Or is it? Oh, I see it. I see the windows of the boat right through there. And I actually could see the movement on the boat way over there through the railing. So, dang it. Wow. Still have a little bit of a... Let's see how that's moving. Man, it's still shifting like crap. You know, I'm going to put that on the back burner. This is just so dull. Having to go through this each time and test it. It's just so obnoxiously dull. I'm sorry. We're going to come back to this later. We're going to go, let's see here. Yep. State Pier is still up here. Right? Add state dock. Nope. Oops. Not so fast, Eric. And we got to move this up. So we got 101. Oh, well. I got the boats, and I'm happy with that. So, yeah, what we need to do is now, again, go back into our workbench scene. Ha! Which, again, takes 5 minutes to load, but there you go. Yeah, I'm really hoping Michael Straczynski's plans on relaunching Babylon 5 go through, because I was a big fan of Babylon 5 back in the day. Are you going to leave a message for me at the live house? Oh, good. Dude, I totally should. That and inside the Greenwood mansion, up there behind the fence. Let's see. Bag 35. I need to stop shoveling peanuts in my face. I'm sorry, guys and gals. I will stop doing that. All right. Don't say. Yeah, we're abandoning the pier, but we have an issue with the grass. Apparently, during the night, it's just showing up as just too green. And it's like Mozart being told he's using too many notes. I will be right back. And I said I was going to stop eating peanuts, and here I'm shoveling them in my mouth. Come on, Patrick. Wasn't swattable. Yeah, yeah, we need to work on a few things. And but I think, yeah, last night I went through the mayor's house, and that was the first interior that I was able to put into the completed column, I think. Let's see. While this is loading, actually, I'm going to go and freshen up my beverage. And I will be right back, ladies and germs. Thanks so much. And let's see. We have not been able to replicate the falling underneath the island, but that may be an issue that may have been fixed when he fixed the jumping issues. It's hard to tell. So, ladies and germs, unfortunately, I do have to head out for just a moment. But here's hoping by the time I get back, it will have loaded up where we have. And I would like to get, again, one more thing into the done list. So we can get it down to 38, maybe. And I'm pretty sure, like I said, we're going to be able to get all of these done by the end of tomorrow. And so, 8. We'll be down to 31 by then. And if we can get, well, we'll have done what we have done. And really, out of this list, I still need to start doing the stuff that absolutely can be done. That has to be done. And separate those from all the stuff at the top. Because now we're having to basically make choices of what we can do and not. Because when you're 48 hours from, sorry, 72 hours out. Check grass color, which we're going to do right now. Review market colliders, not a chance. Yeah, I think I could do that. Goodness. The initial indoor quest would like that, definitely. If we can do the P-posts, we can definitely do that. So really 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 issues. So 13 out of the remaining 39 leaves us with 26. That'll be the lowest we've ever gotten. And I will be happy if we can get down to that. Because by then we'll have, let me see, 13 items added to the 100. We'll have like 114 items. So we'll have 26 items out of 114. We'll have gotten to the 75% point. I will return in just a few. So thank you for your patience. Sorry about this. let's see, still loading. And it means basically we may not have rain in the next one. Oh, fix Vegmaster at the Seafood Shack. Gosh, I forgot I could definitely do that one. That's something we could do in the next scene as well. So we're doing good. You know, we'll be down to 25. We'll be down to 25 items. Holy crap! 25 out of 100 and 115. That is awesome. No, 25 remaining out of a total of 140. So we'll actually be 80%. We'll reach our 80%, I believe, at that point. That's awesome. Yeah, some stuff won't be done. C'est la vie. We have one more month to get everything done. And, I mean, right now our list of stuff to fix is, I mean, really low. Again, the number one thing that I really want to get back to is bringing in story and more background stuff and such. And, man, let's see. A few distance issue. Oh, I hate things disappearing because they're far in the distance. That, I don't know whether we can, that's a bit of coding. But here's the thing: is that you say things are still disappearing in the distance. I'm gonna put down here. Hold on. Check fog system, because here's the thing: you should not see things popping in and out of the distance. They should fade in through the fog. If you're still seeing things popping in in the distance, then the fog isn't working as it should, and I need to check that. Make sure no distant stuff is popping. Thank you for that, because that is not something that should be happening, and that would literally take us about an hour to fix. So I'm adding it down there, and we have to add this up to 25 now. Boy, yeah, it always takes this long for these files to open. 6 minutes, such as that. C'est la vie. Some of these things, I was going to separate the writing stuff from, let's see, another bug hunt. I don't know why that's over there. This is something we could do, but we may not have the time. Pardon me, my coughing. Let's see here. I again don't know what that is. The pet cemetery is troublesome. Still, adding details to the Feast of Voices. That's the Burning Man event. Just too much. Can't. Make wanted posters more visible. Definitely within our ability before then. But I mean, I can't start adding all of these. Hold on. Didn't we fix the mayor's house last night? Hold on. I thought I reviewed that last night. I thought we got the interior working. Oh! You still can't read one of the magazines. That's why. When that is done, we could pop 2 down, and I really should put that first up, because that would just kick immediately 2 things out of our list. By the... Let's see here. Ooh. Now, the next thing, once we get the pier working properly and moving properly, we need to have it so that there is a gangplank down to it. And that's going to be kind of difficult considering it's like moving. I mean, that's why there's been a doorway down here since the very beginning of, development. Jeez. Sorry, folks. This is what you put up with. Come on. All right. Yes, that's why since the very beginning of development, there's always been this sort of like on the waiting on the ferry waiting gangplank here, there's always been an opening because that was always supposed to be going down to the state dock. Another reason why you should never eat peanuts while you're doing a live stream, because one of them gets down there. All right, Eric, you'll learn eventually. Okay, so yeah, we're going to take a look at the grass, and for that, we need to go into our systems. And check out our grass. Yeah, I think. Oh goodness, we don't remove all terrains. Add all Unity terrains. There we go. And we want to basically revert our grass back to the way it was, and figure out why where it's just showing up as just too green. And that's going to be easy to find because it's the one kind of grass that shows up at every biome. So grab the prefab, and it's a material issue. Oh. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, it's got a thing. Sorry, guys. It's moments like this where I sort of regret making fun of Max. But just a little bit. Just a little bit. Like old trim video, yeah. There's something wrong. Here's the thing. Again, this was I put people in charge of things that shouldn't have been put in charge of things. The guy screwed up, and he didn't set up the wall things correctly. However, to fix the molding issue that you saw, I just really don't want to go into the long and short of it, but hold on for a moment. Let's see here. We have the grass cross. We're going to open the prefab and take a look at this guy here. Yeah, all right. Grass generic cross. Oh, it's a TVE material. Oh, global witness. That should not be the case at all. Yeah, that should not be on at all. And it should not be emissive at all. Weird. Why is it set at max? I think that's really the issue right there, is you just take care of the emissive, and then you're good. Jeez. It shouldn't be emissive at all. That's odd. I'm scrolling down just to see if there's anything else in here that might be problematic. And, let's see here. Okay. Let's just go, and we are going to go back out. And, let me go back to this text, the message that I got from this guy, our programmer. Because what I would like to do is just really take a look at another look at what he said he saw. I have to go way up. Oh yeah, you can't do page up in this messenger. Okay, let's see here. I need to check and see if he's got it fixed so that when the cats drive into the ocean, the golf cart should be gone. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. The quality settings, your green grass turns bright green and is very noticeable in the dark. Okay. Well, again, the only way to really test that, unfortunately, is to go back into our main scene and take a look. And that, unfortunately, as we all know, takes about 5-6 minutes. Welcome to my world. We're going to go back there. this may be the last thing I do tonight, because as you know, I stream for about an hour and then I'm done. Yeah, and why? This is me bouncing back and forth between sins again. Oh well. Let's see. I'm just trying to bring up my YouTube window so I know where the heck, if anybody's saying anything. Oh, there we are. All right. In most houses I've seen the trimmer on the doors matches along the edge of the carpet. That you let the door trim different. Yeah, nah. I will agree. Way too minor to care about right now. Yeah, and let's see here. And we're going to put the kitty in the middle of the freaking place, so we just take a look here. We said at night, so what we're going to do is we're going to put the kitty cat in a place where I know there is a butt ton of grass. And for that, we need to go to the wireframe, so I know exactly. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, right about there. That is it. Yeah. And now we get to wait another 5 minutes while it runs. Oh. But we have the program left visible in the ocean so we can jump in there. Maybe, again, the only way you're supposed to be able to get across the ocean, the very end of the game, and that's like, you know, when you take, no, I'm not going to go into it, sorry. That is like the emotional denouement of the game. But no, you're not supposed to be able to go anywhere in the ocean. We want to make it so that, well, I mean, the reason we added this thing, that penalty of jumping into the ocean, where it drains, like, you really, I mean, all your, half of your comfort and probably half of your fun now, is because we want to just impress the players. There's no utility in driving your cat into the ocean, okay? That is the only reason. And they would probably go, well, why'd you place it in the middle of an island if we can't go into the ocean? Well, let's just say that having the cats respawn after going into the ocean is better than adding an invisible wall to an open world game. At least this time, you have the ocean scenery. Because I remember in Skyrim, no, not Skyrim, Morrowind, the one time that I ran into, what is it, the invisible wall, was when I was walking in like a field of flowers, and it was just literally, you need to turn around. It's like, that sucks. Could they have put a mountain there or something? I don't get it. I mean, I'm thinking one of these days I may want to play Red Dead Redemption again, but jeez, I remember my last playthrough was like 100 hours. I don't know whether I could do that again. That's crazy long. And I play, by the way, strangely, I mean, I don't, when I play, I mean, adventure games, I tend to, like, not role play. I play as myself. And for some reason, I mean, I ended the game with 100 white hat. I was a good guy all the way through. Go figure. And, I mean, I never explored, there are about 3 times during the game where apparently, like, this woman shows up, and her, like, Arthur Morgan, she's like an old flame of Arthur Morgan's, and we don't know anything about it other than, like, oh, she pushed him away because he was low class, and she comes back 3 times. I don't want to get into gender politics, but, I mean, really, there were just, I mean, the first time I saw that woman, it was like, red flags, so many red flags all over her. I never pursued that relationship. Maybe I should play it again, you know, as a black hat player, and just like go, oh yes, ma'am. Yeah, you rejected me before because I was poor, but yeah, now I'm at your beck and call. And maybe this time I should keep Arthur Morgan clean. I never shaved or bathed Arthur Morgan. He was just filthy all the way through. I mean, I was sort of resentful when I found out that beards couldn't get beyond a certain length, because I wanted him to, like, just have this beard flowing behind him as he was, like, riding a horse. And I also hoped for some reason you couldn't like have him running around in like long johns or something like that. I was really hoping you could do that. Somebody made an assless chaps mod, but that's going a little bit too far. Boy, this is my life, guys. Yes. But in Unity's defense, again, OBS Studio takes up memory and it always performs much slower. Wow. I keep on forgetting how many minutes I've been going. And YouTube now does not show you how long you've been going. So it's like encouraging you to keep on streaming and streaming and streaming. Let's see here. Where are we on my time? Oh, yeah. Oh, an hour and 21 minutes. I'm sorry. We gotta wait until this damn thing loads. I don't know why it's taking so... Well, no. Again, OBS. Let's go into our thing. How much is OBS taking here? Oh, actually not much. It's just being troublesome. I don't have many other things running. We could have, like, RimWorld playing while we just wait, but that'll just make things tougher. Alright. Boy, wow. This should not be taking as long as it is. This is ludicrous. Tell you what, I'm going to go to the restroom, and we're going to see if it's still doing this when I get back. Alright? My volume was down. Okay. It's still going. As you can see, 6 minutes. 7 minutes and 13 seconds it's been going now. Just to get this one thing going. You know what I think is going on here? I think Lance added shadows to this little light you see above the cat. And as a result, it's having to do twice the computations. Lance. We're going to have to take a look at that. I'm not giving up. I'm on strike. I'm going to wait out Unity. Ah. We're on good. Okay, ignore. Yeah, I'm going to take a look at that light. In fact, now I have staring at the cat's butt for 5 minutes. Let's see here. Where am I? I thought I'd be in the middle of the island. Oh, okay, yeah. I forget. It's been so long. I was going to look at grass. That's odd. See? What is that? Yeah, this is a weird effect. You see? Okay, there's a problem there. I thought that would be a quick issue to fix, but it looks like the collider on this is not working because the camera shouldn't be passing through that. So I need to check collider on gazebo or wedding pavilion. Jeez. Okay, check Lance's overhead light because I also need to fix it at the light. I want to check and modify it. I want it to be lighter, and I want it to be wider. But also, we want to check the lighters on wedding pavilion. Okay. Well, on that note, we're gonna have to end it, ladies and germs, and those in between, because it seems that I just have stuff I gotta take care of. I gotta communicate with other people, and really, I think we were able to knock 2 things into the done column and about add 5 things to stuff that needs to get done. So hey, it's your typical day in game development. So we're gonna get this all figured out, guys. But I think what I think I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna reboot my computer. Because this should not be taking 7 minutes to freaking play the scene. But I also suspect, as I said, that Lance may have added a seriously, shadows to that light that's always shining above the cat, and that is all that's not good, not good at all. Anyway, we got to wait an equal amount of time for it to stop. So, let's see. We can do it another day. Here's the thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just write on here. How's this? Check to see if you can stack golf carts. And unfortunately, here's the thing. Wayne, I'm going to add that. But here's the deal, okay? It's going down into my wish list. Because there's, as you saw, we sort of took a step backward tonight, so I'm going to add that to my wish list. Bing. Check to see if you can stack golf carts. That's right, along with a bunch of other things. People said dust bunnies, like, oh, good, all the premiums mentions I have to add. No chance. But, yeah, what I'm going to have to do here now is, take a look here. That light situation, I think... Quite frankly, that problem with the grass is caused by that overhead light that Lance put in there. So, golly, I think I'm going to be working for at least until about 9:30. So I got another 2.5 hours ahead of me, guys, and everybody else. Wayne, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. We're gonna, we're gonna release what we have on Wednesday, and what we have, and we'll be 75% done, and it will be so far better and beyond what the last closed beta was. I think there are going to be, very few issues, yeah, I cannot imagine you being able to get into up here or the LaFlamme Mansion next time, because seriously, I made sure that those colliders stretched from, there should be absolutely no way back there. And also, Lance has fixed that jumping issue, so you should not be able to walk on the air anymore, which is cool. So, anyway, thanks a lot. Sorry we got so little progress done tonight. We got 1 thing, 2 things out, and about 5 things added. Such is life. Bye-bye!